Well, hello and welcome to this month's episode of On Deck with Avoya. I'm your host, Chris Greene, Director of Network Expansion for Avoya Travel. And if dreaming of selling luxury cruises or selling luxury cruises is your thing, let me tell you, today is your day as we do a deep dive on Oceania Cruises with an executive insider chat with Senior Vice President of Sales for Oceania, Brennan Quesnele. We're talking sales tips, vital updates, simple solutions to sell more travel. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? I sure hope so, because Brennan's going to join our program here in just a moment. We're also going to welcome in this month Gina Hoyt from the Avoya Travel Academy. Always great to hear Gina's advice, and I certainly give my full endorsement to the idea of getting a foundational travel education prior to starting your travel agency. Can't wait to hear from Gina here in just a bit. And we'll hear from my great friend Laura Burk with more practical advice for establishing best practices as a travel advisor. One of my favorite segments. Certainly a great way to help get your business off on the right foot. And we'll wrap up today's program with a big preview of our 5-year anniversary special. Hard to believe, 5 years of On Deck with Avoya, but time marches on, and here we are about to celebrate that big milestone next month. And we'll let the cat out of the bag on our special guest for that special show at the end of today's program, as well as providing you all the ways to get in touch and start the process to affiliate with Avoya Travel. All of this coming up on this month's episode of On Deck with Avoya in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome back to On Deck with Avoya. I'm your host, Chris Greene, Director of Network Expansion for Avoya Travel. And as we get ready for the 5-year anniversary of On Deck with Avoya, we're striving to bring you only the best of the best when it comes to industry interviews and industry insiders. And this month, we're so proud to welcome the recently appointed Senior Vice President of Sales for Oceania, longtime travel professional, and a man who understands the challenges of being a travel advisor, Brennan Quesnele. Brennan, we're so excited to do a deep dive on Oceania today, and welcome to On Deck with Avoya.
Thank you so much. I really am excited to be here. Thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be a great chat.
Brennan, let's start with your background because you've had a distinguished career, including time at your sister brand, Norwegian Cruise Line, but you've also been and kind of started off as a travel advisor yourself. How would you say that unique perspective has shaped your approach to your new role here at Oceania?
Thank you. You know what? I'll say this for any of you watching and you're kind of like, what is this about? And how do I get into this industry? I'll tell you, it is like Hotel California. And it is an incredible family to be a part of. And for me, it started back in 2004, actually as a travel advisor. And I had no idea that I was going to be starting a career. I actually thought I was going to be a hotel general manager one day, Chris, and that's what I was sort of aspiring to do. But I quickly realized that working in the travel industry as a travel advisor was very fulfilling and a lot more fun. And so it has been an incredible journey. I worked for a very large agency for almost 2 decades. And so having that experience frontline, selling travel, and then all the different attributes and aspects that go with working for a large travel company that involve leadership, that involve creativity, that involve development, product, you name it, really sort of gave me the experience to jump onto the supply side, which is where I am now, right? And I feel like I've arrived home, and this is an incredible company to work for. But what being a travel advisor did for me was that it helped me to understand what it is that it takes to be a successful business owner, like many of you who are tuning in or many of you who are aspiring to do, and to take that appreciation because I walk the line, understanding that any line has ups and downs and highs and lows, and knowing what that involves, I'm able to bring that to the table while here at Oceania and when I was at my former sister brand at Norwegian Cruise Line, and make sure that the voice of our travel advisor and travel industry is alive, well, and very represented, in decision making and in innovations. And so it really has, by and large, shaped me to who I am today and helped lead me to the path where I am now calling home.
So let's talk a little bit about the brand Oceania. It's known for its incredible culinary and destination focused experiences. What's one key area that you've identified for the brand to build on as we look forward towards 2026 and beyond?
Sure. So I'd say that you asked for one. I'm going to give you three. True salesperson. It is really around having incredible award-winning itineraries. And Chris, today we are previewing our next set of itineraries that go all the way out until spring of 28, which seems like a far off in the distance, right? But just in that, we had over 200 unique itineraries that involve seeing an eclipse, itineraries that circumnavigate South Pacific and visit Australia. And so itineraries is something that we are very proud of, and that we take great detail and add an additional resourcing to make sure that we are presenting the best itineraries. And not only do they explore all corners of the earth, but they also are in port and in destinations longer. So your clients can really go deep and be very immersive in the destinations. And that's what they want. And we have a lot of itineraries that have overnights, and that's like the best thing ever. You're floating on this luxury product that goes into these incredible ports and cities, and it's acting as a hotel. And your clients, and or maybe you too, are really getting that in-depth time and perspective of those destinations. We're also, very, very well known for our cuisine, and it's something that has been with the brand since inception. So we have a tagline, "Finest cuisine at sea," and we mean it. And we will source flour and butter from France to make that perfect croissant, as just an example of the things that we do. Jacques Pepin is our, he has been with our brand as our culinary director since inception. And we have, if you know anything about Jacques Pepin, he is just an incredible icon in the food space, and has really provided us with the innovations, and also the level and leveling up that we are able to offer on board. He also has a restaurant, Jacques, which provides incredible cuisine as well. And the third thing, which I'll speed up, is having luxury, purposefully built hardware. And what I mean by hardware is our ships. And the best example of that is the recent float out of our newest ship. This was in July out of Italy, which I had the really incredible opportunity to experience. And everything. From the moment you step on board the ship, you can feel that you're entering into a very luxurious environment that is complemented with genuine service from the heart that is across all of our crew, our incredible crew on board. So those would be the three things that I would say are really true to Oceania: award-winning itineraries, finest cuisine at sea, and of course, purposefully built luxurious ships.
So let's kind of deep dive a little bit more on that third point, because the brand really is entering a significant period of fleet expansion. And as you mentioned, the Allura having recently launched, how will these new vessels help you reach new to brand customers and expand Oceania's footprint in the luxury market?
It's a good question, and an exciting one. Having more inventory, having more ships allows us to go to more places, allows us to be in places longer that may be more attractive to new to brand or new to cruise customers. As an example, Allura being our eighth newest ship, and we also announced in July that our new fleet, the Sonata class, which comes out in 2027 with 4 vessels. Right, we're just going to continue to grow and innovate. But the example of helping bring new to brand and being able to have more inventory and more of our ships around the world, we're putting the Allura. She's coming to North America, sailing the Caribbean for the very first time, but then heads back to Europe, and she sails Europe for spring and summer. And get this, Chris, she stays in Europe. So she'll stay in Europe for fall, winter, and quiet season. So that's going to bring a different opportunity for all of you to talk to your customers about, where we'll have this incredibly most luxurious ship of sailing in parts of the Med that are best to sail at that time of the year, but also where you don't have the crowds and you get to experience things from a very different lens.
Absolutely. I mean, I recently got back from Italy, and while it was amazing and beautiful, this time of year the crowds can be overwhelming. So,
They can.
just the thought of being there in off season and still having all the luxury that comes with Oceania, that talk about a win-win.
I agree.
So let's talk a little bit about the bedrock of both our businesses, right?
Sure,
The travel advisor community. And given your own experience, and I follow suit, I'm a former travel advisor and had my own agency before coming on board with Avoya Travel. What's your specific message to travel advisor about Oceania's commitment to them now and in the future?
I mean, the easiest way to say it is, one, we couldn't be where we are, and we wouldn't be who we are today without you. You are, our lifeblood to our business. We are your partners. We are your friends. Even if you don't know us yet, we will be your friends, because that's how we are. We're like a family, and our relationship with Avoya is so deep. It's not fair, Chris, to call it a partnership. It's more like the Avoya family and the Oceania family as operating and working together as one. And that is a very unique aspect of this industry. It's so different from any other industries, which are very transactional. The travel industry, and specifically the cruise industry, and the partners and the friendships within this business are something that it's just unmatched out there. I'm excited to share this, because many of you, as you're experiencing the development of your business and the growth of what you're doing, you'll start to pick up on this. And as time progresses, it grows even stronger. When I see many from the Avoya headquarters and many of your new colleagues that are part of Avoya, we don't embrace each other with a handshake. Out comes the hug, and it's meant like it's a real hug, because we're all so happy to see each other. It's just like what you do with family.
Absolutely. Brennan Quesnele, Senior Vice President of Sales for Oceania, is our Avoya Insider for the month. Building on that, what tangible resources, tools, or support can travel advisors expect to see from Oceania in the coming years to help them sell more effectively and grow their business with your brand?
I wish I had a crystal ball for everything that's ahead. I will say one thing about this incredible business. The one constant that you can always count on is change. And with change comes innovation, and comes new platforms and new technologies that you might not even have anticipated. What I can tell you right now that we're doing, and what I've challenged my team to do, is to think big, think outside the box. No idea is an idea that we want to be shuffling off to the side. We want to hear everything, and we want to be that partner that listens and takes action. Right now, you can join our Oceania Insider, and that is a publication we send out every week. And just like the title says, Insider, it gives a forecast on things that you will learn before the general public, or gives a forecast on things that will help you as a business owner in what we're doing as a brand. So I would encourage you to sign up for Oceania Insider. Just go to oceaniacruises.com and scroll to the bottom. You'll be able to see there's a login there for our travel advisor portal. And from there, you'll just be led through that. That's also an area I would encourage you to explore and sign up. We've got incredibly exciting news coming in the learning space around innovations that we're doing with our education platform. So more to come on that very soon. And of course, the different types of incentives that we do to thank and reward you for your business. Some exciting innovations coming there too. I am seeing through the crystal ball on those, and I could tell you they are very, very exciting.
Very exciting then. So as you mentioned, the partnership between Avoya Travel and Oceania Cruises really goes beyond that partnership level. And it is something that is unique, that makes the travel industry so amazing. From your perspective, What's the benefit when the relationship is just that tight for the long-term success of both Oceania and Avoya Travel, and of course the advisors that are so important to both sides?
Look, what I'd say to that, Chris, and to all of you is that our business is founded and based on relationships. And I would encourage you, as someone new to this business, to really work on that. Like as you create a business plan and as you create goals, one of those areas or one of those goals should be to develop relationships with the partners, and the partnerships you want to form, those relationships will turn into friendships, and those things just naturally help you with business. So I would definitely say that adding that to your business plan is very, very important. It's something that if I knew when I started back in 2004 as an advisor, it would have helped me. It would have helped me exponentially in terms of learning about that and the importance of it. So it's not just about the brand. It's about who's going to be working with you at the brand. All of the cruise partners and land partners have representatives out there. It's it should be part of your business goal to determine where you want to focus, and then from there determine who you really want to reach out and partner with. And I would encourage you to do so. Everyone loves to hear from you all, so don't be shy about sending an email and saying, look, I'm new to all of this, but I've been told it'd be a good idea to partner and to learn more about your product, and I want to start having a relationship with you. I can tell you right now that 10 out of 10 emails will get returned, and that will help open those doors. So that is a very important attribute that we are proud to stand behind as an Oceania brand. And I know that our sister brands are the same, and anyone really in this space will be there to support you with that.
It's a great tip and a great piece of advice, and one that really does pay dividends. So thanks again
100%.
for that mention, Brennan. As we start to wrap things up today on Deck with Avoya and our special interview, what's your ultimate goal for the Oceania Cruises brand as you look towards the end of the decade? And what is the legacy you hope to build for the company and its partners?
My God, such big questions and big crystal ball. I love it. Look, if I were to look into a crystal ball and say, what do I want to be remembered by and remembered for? It is to be a true friend and a true partner to this industry and to our incredibly talented and professional travel partners running their businesses, and to do everything in my power and our brand's power to provide that support and to facilitate success. There's nothing more rewarding than seeing a business owner just be incredibly successful. I can tell you, I'll give you an example. I'm not going to name any names, but I want to give you this example of a tangible experience. I was at an event called Future Leaders in Travel, and you may have heard of this, and it's out there. And it'd be something, if you're interested in, to once you've established yourself and have a book of business, this is then the next step for you. But I was walking with a colleague, and we were hiking up in Aspen, an awful place to have a conference, right? And
Sure.
we were talking about that person's business and where it was headed in the future. And at that time, it was just a real small business. It was that person and one other. Another person that was sort of assisting and helping. And this was just maybe 2018. And fast forward to 2025, we're talking maybe 6-7 years later, this individual has grown a business, has over 30 full-time paid employees. The business multiple that this person had from where we were talking to where they are today, and the success that they have, not only with like gifting the incredible gift of travel to so many customers, but to so many of employees as well, is just so awesome to see. I want to see and hear more and more stories like that. They're out there, and that truly fills me with joy, and also motivates me and fills up my cup with inspiration, because that's an awesome story, and there's so many more of them out there. So that will definitely be something I want to continue to help develop.
For sure. What an amazing story to hear, and to know that maybe you played a small part in that, and got to be there from the beginning of the idea and then able to see some of the results. So one more time, I'm going to ask you to go to the crystal ball as we wrap up with our final question. And it's hard to believe that when you look at the growth and the new ships that are coming on board, Allura, and of course the new ships that you were mentioning coming out before the end of the decade, that your answer wouldn't be bullish. But what's your belief in the future of leisure travel and cruising? Are we in a golden period, do you think? Are things looking bright for the near future?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't even have to look in a crystal ball. You can actually look at all of the statistics that CLIA publishes. You can look at statistics that, a lot of the research firms put out. We are entering into an unprecedented time frame. There's a whole wealth transfer that's going to happen from the boomer generation. There are more millionaires every single day that continue to hit that mark in terms of millionaire status. So the opportunity within the luxury travel space it really is untapped, and it is an incredible time to get into this business. There are so many other stories I hear of Wall Street bankers, lawyers, doctors, you name it. You're probably listening right now who are leaving professions and starting up their own travel business and are experiencing the joy of what this business brings, and also the reward of the financial success that this business can also provide. And the great partners like Avoya can help facilitate that in an exponential way. So yes, we are entering into, if not, I would even say we are in an incredible time, definitely a golden era, and a period of time that it's just going to be really fun. And I think that anyone who's watching this is really going to benefit from capitalizing on that.
What a great exclamation point to wrap up our interview. Brennan Quesnele, everyone, Senior Vice President of Sales for Oceania. Thank you so much for your time and that great insight. And of course, we appreciate you very much for being part of On Deck with Avoya.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Seriously, you all are an inspiration. Thank you for all you do. And Chris and the entire team at Avoya, you're best in class. Thank you for all you do.
Absolutely. Stick around. We've got more On Deck with Avoya coming up, including details on next month's 5-year anniversary special for On Deck with Avoya. That's coming up right after these messages.
Greetings, everybody. It's Laura Burk, Director of Promotional Operations and Development here at Avoya Travel. Happy October and welcome to another Secrets to Success quick tip. So we're officially in the final stretch of 2025, and this is where you're going to separate the good from the great. I want to share 3 simple, powerful actions you can take not only to finish strong, but to set yourself up for an incredible 2026. First up, let's talk about reviewing and refocusing on your goals. You all started the year with big plans, and now is the perfect time for a quick assessment. Review your goals from January, work your plan, assess your plan, and make changes to your plan if needed. So what's possible to achieve in the next 90 days? Maybe it's booking a certain number of cabins or hitting a new commission milestone. But by refocusing on your goals, you can make every action count. Next, focus on your repeat and referral clients. Your past clients are your biggest advocates. Take the time now to reconnect. A quick check-in to say hello or thank you can go a long way. And you're not just building a business, you're building relationships, and these relationships are what are going to drive your growth and through the referrals. And then finally, get ready for wave season now. The biggest booking period of the year is right around the corner. So don't wait until January to prepare. Start planning for 2026 by determining your agency's specialties, updating your scripts, and refining your follow-up systems. Your preparation today is going to be your profit for tomorrow. That's all the time we have this month, and as always, I'm wishing you the best in success, and I'll see you the next time around.
Hello, my name is Gina Hoyt, and welcome to Insights from the Academy. Today, let's talk the value of continuous learning in the travel industry. One of the most important things to understand about becoming a travel agent is that your education doesn't end when you launch your career. That is when it truly begins. The travel industry is dynamic and constantly evolving. Destinations change, supplier offerings expand, technology advances, and traveler expectations shift. To stay relevant and competitive, you must commit yourself to continuous learning. This means seeking additional training programs, supplier certifications, destination courses, and attending industry events to sharpen your skills and deepen your expertise. For example, completing a cruise line certification or attending a tourism board seminar not only increases your knowledge, but it also builds credibility with your clients who see you as the trusted advisor. Continuous learning also allows you to anticipate trends, such as the rise in sustainable travel or multi-generational vacations, giving you the edge and offering what clients will want next. Just as doctors and lawyers keep up with the changes in their fields, the best travel agents see themselves as lifelong students, always growing their toolkit to better serve their clients. By embracing learning as a habit, you ensure that your business remains adaptable, competitive, and deeply rewarding. When you commit to lifelong learning, you are no longer just going to be selling travel. You're building a career that grows as fast as the world does. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back to On Deck with Avoya, and it's time to wrap up this month's episode and give you some exciting details on our 5-year anniversary special coming up in November. Yeah, it was 5 years ago. In the middle of all that COVID craziness that we launched On Deck with Avoya, our goal was simple: to provide information and context of news that was vital to the travel agent community, to be a cheerleader for the great comeback of our industry, and of course to help make the vendors and the destinations we send clients to shine. We're very proud to have made it 5 years here at On Deck with Avoya, and we celebrate with an Avoya Insider sit-down with the new CEO of Avoya Travel, Mark Kozlowskis. I tell you, the future is so bright for Avoya Travel and those in the Avoya network, and I'm so honored that Mark would give us a bit of his time for a chance to learn more about his incredible career, his vision for Avoya Travel, his thoughts on our industry, and a few tips that might even help you sell more travel. That's all coming up next month right here on Deck with Avoya, our 5-year anniversary special. And don't forget, you can always get more information on joining our network at avoyanetwork.com and more information on the Avoya Travel Academy at avoyatravelacademy.com. Until next month, take care, my friend, and thanks for being part of On Deck with Avoya.